Hello, this is your average med student, and in today's video I want to take some time to go over some of the electronics that have personally helped me in my career. So this video was actually suggested by one of our subscribers, so please feel free to leave comments down below on any video you want to hear our thoughts about. But without further ado, let us get started. Starting with the laptop, I really recommend the Apple MacBook series laptops. I give the highest recommendation to this ecosystem, and there are actually a couple of choices when it comes to these machines. You have the MacBook Air 13-inch, the 15-inch, and the MacBook Pro 14-inch and 16-inch variants. But as a medical student, for me, I think the biggest priority is battery life as well as weight. Trust me when I say that you'll be spending a lot of your time walking around in clinic or studying in the library. The last thing you want to deal with is a dead laptop or even lugging around a 5-pound dumbbell on your backpack. I personally use the 14-inch MacBook Pro from 2021 because I tend to do a lot of video editing and photo editing on the side. But for the average medical student, I absolutely recommend going with the 15-inch MacBook Air, as you get the largest screen real estate as well as lightweightedness. You get 12 hours of battery life with the 15-inch, letting you hit Anki cards for a long period of time, and it's also only 3.3 pounds, so it's pretty lightweight to carry around while you're on the go. I don't think the average student needs to spend the extra money on a MacBook Pro, given its extra weight and excess performance that will be unused by the average student. The MacBook Air series also features 2 USB-C ports and supports for 2 external displays, so if you ever decide that studying in the library is not for you, you prefer to stay at home to study, you can connect this laptop to 2 monitors for extra productivity. So speaking about monitors, let us talk about that for just a little bit. The monitor I've been using for nearly 5 years now is the Dell 27-inch monitor U27 series. It's a 1440p monitor, but they also have a 4K variant, which I would recommend if you have the budget to spare. Personally, I've tried different monitors from LG and Asus and the like, but I've always geared more towards the monitors from Dell for their superb picture quality in my opinion. On my desk, I also have the Bose computer speakers, the wired speakers generation 2. I'm not much of an audiophile, but I do appreciate these speakers as they provide better sound when my Mac is hooked up to the monitor compared to the sound that the MacBook would output. I am the type of student that likes to play music while studying, so investing in a good pair of speakers that makes music listening really enjoyable for me seemingly boosts my own productivity, and it may for you as well. These go for about $100 new, but you can find them for a good price on Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist, but in my opinion they're pretty worth it for me. So I do an enormous amount of typing as a medical student, and probably chances are you will as well. From drafting manuscripts to writing Anki cards, this is a task that a lot of people will end up doing in medical school. So another great area of investment for me is a comfortable keyboard that makes studying enjoyable. I personally use this custom-built keyboard that my friend crafted for me, but for an average student, I recommend the Apple Magic Keyboard to go with your MacBook, or even the Logitech MX keyboards. Both keyboards, I've tried them before, they're a pleasure to type on for the average student, and they are incredibly responsive as keyboards for your computer. As for the mouse, any tech YouTuber will usually recommend one and only one mouse, and that is the MX Master 3 for good reasons. So just like your keyboard, you will be clicking a lot in medical school, especially with Anki. And the MX Master 3 is one of the most comfortable mouse I've ever used, and I've been using this particular model for nearly 6 years since I was an undergraduate. And you can even see all the fingerprints and dirt that have accumulated on this mouse, signifying just how much I rely on this piece of technology. Lighting is a critical component to a desk setup, and I've used a variety of different lights over the years, and as you can see in my previous videos with my studies with me's. These days I have this soft ambient light I got from Target just for the vibe, but I would recommend you invest in any desk or task light that has adjustable light temperature. When I was studying, heavily for step 1 and step 2. I use the warmer temperatures of the light when I'm doing relaxing tasks like watching YouTube or playing video games, and colder temperatures when I would be using it for work. In medical school, you will also absolutely be required at some point to enter a Zoom meeting, so getting a good webcam is critical. If you have a Mac and an iPhone ecosystem, macOS has what's called continuity camera that seemingly uses your iPhone's camera system when you open any application that requires a webcam on a Mac, such as Zoom or Photo Booth. It is so simple to use, and the quality is much better than any desktop webcam you can buy out there. You can use this iPhone MagSafe mount that I got off Amazon that attaches your iPhone via MagSafe, and then you can mount it on your monitor or even on the top hinge of your MacBook. For earphones, I personally like going with something that's lightweight. In case you haven't realized, the theme of this video is lightweightedness, because as a medical student, you're honestly going to be pretty mobile, especially in year 3 and year 4. The AirPod thus are a great choice for students because once again, they're very lightweight and they fit easily into your backpack. And if you happen to get the AirPods Pro with active noise cancellation, that's also a great bonus. Honestly, for me, I never really found the need for ANC headphones, but if you do want to go overboard with the over-the-ear headphones, I personally enjoyed the AirPod Maxes and the Sony XM4s or Sony XM5s. You might be wondering why I'm missing one big piece of technology, and that is the iPad Pro that appears in a lot of videos. For me, as someone who was an early adopter of using an iPad for education, starting way back in middle school with the first gen iPad, into high school and college, I've come to realize that I didn't really enjoy using it for studying. You know, I kept forcing myself to try it, but time and time again, I've always reverted back to just taking notes on my computer using Anki for medical school. Personally, I felt it was unnecessary extra weight in my backpack, and I always end up just using my laptop for everything, whether it was watching lectures, slides, or drilling through Anki cards. And it just made sense to have one system, one dedicated system, to have every single thing you need for medical school. Nonetheless, however, the iPad is certainly a powerful tool for the right student, especially if they really enjoy taking handwritten notes. So overall, these are the tools that I use as a medical student, and I hope this video provided some motivation for you to go out there and craft your ideal desk setup or laptop setup. Once again, we thank our subscribers and viewers for continuing to watch our video, and we wish you a good rest of your day.